Hey, what's up guys? I hope you're all staying fit and healthy out there. Our workout today is gonna start off with 1 minute of cardio of your choice. From there, the next 4 minutes, what we're gonna do each minute on the minute is go through the following. So the first movement we're gonna do is an up dog, down dog. So a little bit of a yoga movement. We're gonna do 4 reps of that one. We're gonna follow that up with 10 calf raises. That can be on flat ground like I'm gonna demo, or you can also do it on the edge of a step or a little bit of a ledge if you wanna get a little bit more range of motion. So you're gonna do those 2 movements each minute for those remaining 4. As we usually do, if you finish it early, you just chill and wait until the next minute starts. If you finish it late, just stop what you're doing, get back onto those up dog, down dogs when that minute drops. So looking at the 2 movements, that first one, we're gonna set ourselves up, hands about shoulder width, feet can be about the same, and we're moving from a nice big stretch through the abs and the hips, and then we are pushing back and just going back and forward. About a 1 second pause at either end. Okay, so we move through them for 4 reps, and then we'll go into those calf raises. So as I said, just flat ground is fine. From here, just pressing up, lifting those heels off the ground. I like to do a little bit of a pause at the top. Helps me work on my balance, but also just really gets that good contraction through the calves there. As I said, you can do it on the edge of a ledge, so I could do it on the edge of the mat there. If I've got some stairs, I could use those. But just really trying to focus on putting more of the weight to the big toe, second toe part of the ball of your foot, rather than the feet kind of rolling outwards. We want to try and keep them nice and straight. So we'll do the 4 up dog, down dogs, 10 of those calf raises each minute on the minute for those remaining 4, and that is your warm up. Hey guys, we're having a look at the build workout now, and this one is going to be mainly focused around your rear chain. So we're looking at hamstrings, glutes, a little bit of low back as well. 2 movements we're going to do on this one today. We've got the good morning, and we've also got a weighted glute bridge. Now we're going to do this one in the format of an AMRAP, but we're also going to have a forced rest as well. So it will depend on how quickly you move through the movements as to how many rounds you end up doing. But we're just going to work through that for 15 minutes and see how many we can get. Remember, it's not about rushing it, it's about doing these really well. The first movement, that good morning, we can do it body weight, we can do it weighted. I don't mind where you hold the weight with this one. I personally would go for more of like a front rack position so I can hold it nice and close. And from there, hinging those hips, squeezing the butt back up again. So I'm only going to go as deep as I can with a straight back. If I was to do this, so as to come down and I got to here, and for me to keep going, I'd have to round off and get into a bad position. I don't want to go that far. I'm only going to go where my mobility lets me go, and each rep I'm just going to gently encourage it a little bit further. I would generally only use the weight if you've got that nice full range of motion. I demoed the front rack. You can also do it sort of goblet style. You could set it on the back of the shoulders like this if that's comfortable, okay? Anything like that, as long as it's gonna stay nice and stable to the body, but we're doing 12 of those. We then move into the weighted glute bridge. So setting up on your back on the ground, I'm gonna have the weight sitting just over the front of my hips. Feet are about hips width. And from there, I'm going to drive my hips up and then back down again. So nice, good squeeze. Again, a little bit of a pause at end range just to really establish a good contraction there. I'm doing 12 of the good mornings, 12 of the weighted glute bridges. Then I'm going to take a forced 45-second rest. So that will control the ability to kind of like make this a little bit more challenging, but not have it turn into a metcon either. We want to make sure it's that kind of strength bias sort of feel with this one. So make sure you time yourself out with a watch or a clock, whatever you've got there, 45 seconds, and then jump back in and get however many sets you can fit into 15 minutes. So that is your build workout. Okay guys, for today's move workout, we've got a 10-minute AMRAP. It's going to be a triplet. So the 3 movements we're going to work through, we have alternating Russian swings. That can be done with a dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever you've got. That then moves into 60 double unders. And then we have 3 wall walks. So a nice combination of movements today. Looking at each of those movements, the alternating Russian swing, I'm going to set the feet up probably just outside of shoulder width. So we've got plenty of space between the legs. And from there, I'm moving through that nice hip hinge pattern. You'll notice at the bottom here that my wrist and the weight itself are going to stay nice and close to my pelvis. I don't want to be down low like this. I'm going to keep it close. And at the top, it's going to be at about eye level. And that's when I'm going to do that hand change, keeping my back nice and straight. So I'm going to do 30 of those as I move through them. Depending on what weight you have, that'll kind of decide whether it's an unbroken 30 or whether you do break it up. It's up to you. From there, we move to the double unders. So with the double unders, we're going to do 60. And if you're someone who really battles with double unders, you can either work with that for a 60-second period, or you can go to single unders for 120 and have that as a little bit of a substitute if you need to. But either way, whether it's singles or doubles, it's elbows in nice and close. Have the shoulders sort of relaxed, but just in a deliberate position. So they're just kind of set down. I don't want to be hunched up and overactive and burning my shoulders out, especially when we've got swings on one side of it and we've got the wall walk, which we're going to go into next on the other. We want to make sure those shoulders aren't working more than they need to. So that third movement, the wall walk, we've got 3 reps on that one. You want to find yourself a nice clear space of wall, something that's stable, you can put some weight on. If you're on plaster wall, just be very careful with that. You don't want to put your toes through it. We want to set ourselves up in a push-up position. I'm going to start by bracing my abs and my butt. Push up. So with that one, I went right up to a full depth or full height rep of that, and that's nose to wall. It's very, very important though when you do this, adjust it for your ability, okay? That's the full version, and I can do that because I'm stable there, but if I got really unsteady, my legs were splaying, my core was collapsing, that sort of thing, I really only want to come to like half or even a third of the way. So just adjust that, make sure you can get up and down safely. So 10 minutes, we've got the swings for 30, double unders for 60, wall walk for 3. Work hard on it, guys, have fun.